Hi everyone. We're going to be graphing the secant line in f of x. The one we're going to do is number 3. And we're graphing the secant line from -2 to 1. And we're going to write the equation of the secant line. So what we have to do is find our y and find the average rate of change. So basically, the secant line is just the average rate of change, which equals the slope. So it's the average rate of change from this point to this. The average rate of change of that curve is going to be the secant line. All right, so the first thing we got to do is we want it from -2 to 1 on our x. So we got to find the y. So I'm going to plug in -2, and we get -2 squared plus 4 times -2 minus 5. So we get 4 minus 8 minus 5. So that's going to equal -13 minus 4 is going to be -9. So I'll write that there. And then when you plug in 1, we get 1 plus 4 minus 5. And that's going to be 5 minus 5. That equals 0. So there's your 2 points there. And now all we have to do is just fill that out, because we already did basically the top part of this part. So we'll just call this point 1, point 2. So we have 0 minus a -9, 1 minus a -2. So that's going to be 9 divided by 3 equals 3. So that's your secant line, 3. That's your slope. Now we need the equation of the secant line. So that's going to be y equals our slope 3x plus b. Plug in one of these points. I'll go ahead and plug in point 2. So you get 0 equals 3 plus b. So b equals -3. Because 3 minus 3 is 0. So our equation is going to be y equals 3x minus 3. That's the equation of the secant line. Now, if you need to graph, we're going to go ahead and graph this, and we need to remember these 2 points, -2, -9, 1, 0. So let me do that very quickly. -2 goes to -9, 1 goes to 0. All right, and we go 1, 2, 3. All right. So the y-intercept of this equation, this is -2, -9, and this point's 1, 0. All right. The y-intercept is -5 of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's when x is 0. Let's get some intercepts. I'm going to factor this. Get my x-intercepts. So it's going to be x plus 5, x minus 1. So x is -5, and x is 1. So we already have our 1, and our -5 is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there it is. All right. So what's the midpoint between these two? Right in here. 1, 2, 3. Right in here. So if I plug in 3, get 3 squared, 9 plus 12. So -3, sorry, minus 12, minus 5. So we're way down in here. So I'm just going to estimate it for the vertex is going to be down here somewhere. So basically, I'm going to kind of sketch this graph. It's going to be down in here somewhere. Go up in here. I think I already did this wrong. So basically, you go to negative. Okay, well, anyway, so let's just kind of sketch that graph. Now, the average rate of change, what they're talking about, is from -2. So this part right here, so what's the y-intercept goes through here. So there. what's that average rate of change of that curve? So what you're doing is you're connecting these two dots here. And what was our y-intercept? What was our y equals 3x minus 3. So our y-intercept for our secant line is negative 3. So basically, there's your secant line right there. It's hitting negative 3 here for our y-intercept. And the equation of the secant line just means you want to extend this out a bit. And there's your equation of the secant line. All right? And sorry for the bad graph, but we're just sketching the graph a little bit. All right. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.